Khyri Thomas last season for the Houston Rockets played 5 games for them where he averaged 16 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists, which was honestly really impressive because nobody knew who this guy was coming into the Houston Rockets. So what's up? My name is JDC and today we're talking about what the Houston Rockets should do with Khyri Thomas and what he can sort of become for the Houston Rockets in the future. Before really quick, if you like the video, drop a like down below and press that button. It'd really appreciate it. Let's get into the video. So Khyri Thomas, he's definitely an interesting player because he is on the summer league for the Houston Rockets, and he is averaging 10 points per game, basically 4 assists and 4 rebounds. Wow. So Khyri Thomas, like overall, he hasn't been too bad in the summer league, but he's being overshadowed by a lot of people. I mean, Sengun, Christopher, and Jalen Green are all outplaying him. KJ Martin's outplaying him, and he is in the starting 5 because Brooks isn't here yet. He's in health and safety protocol. So Khyri Thomas, he's been probably the odd man out in the starting 5 for the Rockets. He is shooting 76% from the free throw line, 36% from the 3, and then 28% from the 3-point line, which is not that good at all. So Khyri Thomas, his season stats before were honestly really impressive. I mean, there was a lot of really good plays in the season for him. Like his first game, he dropped 27 points. So Khyri Thomas definitely was a sleeper at the beginning of the season. Well, not the beginning of the season, the end of the season, because just no one knew who he was, and was honestly just impressing a lot of people. So Khyri Thomas, he's someone that's a really good 3-and-D player, but I don't know, man. I mean, his 3-ball is kind of inconsistent. There's a lot of plays in the summer league where he just has an open 3 and it wouldn't go in. So Khyri Thomas, he's definitely an inconsistent 3-point shooter, but his defense is really underrated. I'll say that. I mean, his defense is probably one of the best playing with the Houston Rockets in the season. But in the summer league, hasn't been too impressive. But honestly, I still think he could become a really good, solid bench player off the bench next season for us. With Brooks coming back pretty soon and then Gruba, Khyri Thomas is definitely moving to the bench for the summer league. He could be that 6th man for us that Anthony Lamb never was, because Lamb hasn't been playing too well. So bring in Khyri Thomas, bring him off the bench, bring in Garuba and Brooks, start them. Probably have KJ Martin probably being benched. It's either Martin or Christopher coming off the bench, and then have Garuba, have Sengun, have Jalen Green, have Brooks, and then probably have Green, Brooks, Garuba, Sengun, and then probably KJ Martin or Josh Christopher, either one. So honestly, Khyri Thomas, I definitely see him being a really good trade piece in the future, depending on how he does next season. I don't know, man. I mean, Khyri Thomas, he definitely turned a lot of heads last season. I mean, he really did. Was dropping a lot of 20-point bombs and was honestly looking like one of the best players on the Rockets. But, obviously, we had a lot of injuries. And then, for the most part, he was the only one that could run the point guard next to Armani Brooks. But now, with John Wall coming back, with KPJ coming back, with Jalen Green being a really good primary ball handler, Khyri Thomas's, usage is going to go down a lot. And by a lot, I mean a lot. So, Khyri Thomas was honestly his best season too, for being honest with you. I mean, last 2 seasons he did play with Detroit, and for he did average 16 points per game, in just 5 games played. Last season, Detroit only played 8 games, and then before that, played 26 games for Detroit. So, he is 26 years old, 6'3", 210 pounds, really good shooting guard / point guard for us. I think he can run the shooting guard a little bit better than the point. His ball handling is kind of decent, below average, I want to say. So yeah, I mean, Khyri Thomas, his first game with us, he dropped 16 points. The next game against Utah, 27 points on really good efficiency too, 48% from the field. And then honestly 4-12 from 3, which isn't that good, but it's Khyri Thomas. Only his 2nd game. And the crazy part about this was when he was playing against Milwaukee, his first game dropping 16, he had no NBA conditioning from what I remember, because the announcers were talking about how he just came in straight from, I want to say, LA to Milwaukee. So he had no NBA conditioning at all and was playing straight off, straight fresh, nothing, no conditioning, no workouts, no nothing. So he dropped 16 points, basically 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 3 steals and 1 block. So he was playing absolutely amazing in that game. So Khyri Thomas, I think he definitely has potential. It just really depends on how well he plays and if he plays better than the other people on the bench, because we do have an abundant amount of guards. Armani Brooks, Eric Gordon still here. We still have DJ Augustine. We have Jalen Green coming in now, Kevin Porter Jr., John Wall. We have all these guards. So Khyri Thomas definitely needs to show him how he can play and how he needs to show how better he can be than the other players to really solidify his spot on the roster, because I don't think his roster spot isn't guaranteed. We did sign him to a multi-year deal that isn't guaranteed, I want to say. So Khyri Thomas, we could definitely put him in a trade, with John Wall or Eric Gordon, with either one of them, because other teams could use Khyri Thomas, 26 years old, 6'3", 210 pounds, 3-and-D god. So Khyri Thomas, I definitely think we could throw him in with John Wall or Eric Gordon, get some picks, maybe get a good bench player, maybe a solid role player. I'm not really too sure what we could get for Khyri Thomas, Gordon, or Wall, but no, I think he definitely could be a part of a good trade package, depending on if we trade John Wall or Eric Gordon. So Khyri Thomas, I definitely think he could become either a really good player for us or someone that can become a really good trade piece for us. But overall, I definitely like Khyri Thomas. It's just really dependent on, how well he plays. I don't know, man. If he was in a different situation, like maybe on another team, he definitely could have a better situation, because the Rockets just have too many guards. So Khyri Thomas, I definitely think he's a really good player. We have too many guards on the team. And quite honestly, they're a lot better than Khyri Thomas. I mean, Brooks can shoot the 3-ball way better than him. He can drive, but I don't know, man. I think Khyri Thomas has the better driving ability than Armani. Brooks definitely has the better ball handle. And honestly, Khyri Thomas has the better defense. But, I think Brooks' versatility is a little bit better than Khyri Thomas. So, Khyri Thomas, I think he's going to become a really good player in the future. Maybe, I don't want to say like a really good player. Like, the standard for a really good player is, it varies between people to people. But Khyri Thomas, I think he's definitely a solid 3-and-D player in the future. He's only 26 years old, like I said before. So some other teams could use him. 3-and-D players are really good in the league. So, look at Robert Covington. So I think a lot of teams could use Khyri Thomas. The Blazers, that's a good landing spot for Khyri Thomas. And honestly, a lot of teams could use Khyri Thomas. So if we can get maybe a pick, maybe a good bench player, maybe just an average bench player for Khyri Thomas, and I wouldn't be too mad about it. But if he definitely shows out, then we need to keep him. So I let this video go on for too long. My voice is kind of scratchy because I did play some basketball yesterday, and I don't know, man. I think I kind of messed it up. So sorry if I do sound a little bit, phlegmy or kind of down. But I just wanted to get a video out of the way because Khyri Thomas, definitely interesting to see how he plays today against the Raptors today, against Scotty Barnes, Jalen Green. It's going to be a fun game to watch. I probably won't be streaming the game today because I will be busy tonight. So I definitely will be streaming the game on Sunday, though. So look out for that, and let's go Rockets. So that's the end of the video. If you do, drop in the little press button, and peace.